bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, forget not all his benefits. He forgives all your sin, he heals all your brokenness. He redeems your life from the pit, crowns you with mercy, crowns you with love. Slow to anger, rich in love, his compassion rises like the sun from the heavens high above. Great is his love for everyone. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, every heart be giving him praise. As far as the east from the west, he has carried my sins away. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, let his mercy cover the night. From everlasting to everlasting, his kingdom rules in light. Justice for all who are oppressed. He made his ways known to Moses, his acts to the children of Israel. As a father has compassion on the children that he loves, so the Lord shows compassion to the ones who fear his name. He remembers our days are like the grass, but his mercy never fades, his faithfulness will last. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, every heart be giving him praise. As far as the east from the west, he has carried my sins away. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, let his mercy cover the night. From everlasting to everlasting, his kingdom rules in light.
I was singing mercy and justice to you, oh Lord, I'll make my song. I'll walk within my house with honor and keep my heart from doing wrong. I will say no wicked thing before my eyes are in my way. The proud will not endure with me. Truth and love will light my day. I'll stand in faith, I'll stand in grace, in purity before your face. I'll guard my steps, I'll guard my gate. My heart and soul will celebrate. I will sing of your mercy, I will dance to your justice, in the rhythm of your glory. My heart beats in your promise, justice, mercy, and truth. Light in the darkness, forever you move. Your love surrounds me, fills the night. Your righteousness, my guiding light. I will sing, I will praise in your mercy all my days. Justice flows like ocean waves. Your truth forever stays. Lord, how many rise against me? Many say there's no help, but you are my shield, the lifter of my head. I cry aloud, you answer me from your holy hill. You set me free. I lie down and I wake. You sustain my soul. Though 10,000 surround, I will not fall. You lift my head, you lift my head. No fear in the night, no dread. You lift my head, you lift my head. Salvation rises instead. You lift my head. Arise, O Lord, strike down the foe. Deliverance belongs to you. Your blessings overflow. I will not fear their words, nor the strength they show. You surround my life, your mercy overflow. You lift my head, you lift my head. No fear in the night, no dread. You lift my head, you lift my head. Salvation rises instead. I cried, you answered. I slept, I rose. You sustain my soul. You lift my you lift my head. No fear in the night, no dread. You lift my head, you lift my head. Salvation rises instead. You are my shield, the lifter of my head. I lie down and wait. You sustain me again.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday morning's live stream. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome. My name's Tyler. If you're here for the first time or you're new, I'm going to be helping navigate us through the wild world of trading futures. We're going to be talking about ICT concepts. We're going to be talking about the market. We're going to talk about order flow. We're going to be talking about Claude and AI and all that good stuff. I made a massive, wait a second, I'm trying to decide where I'm going here. I made a massive update to the Trade Companion. I'm really excited about it. Massive update to the Trade Companion. We were able to double, if not triple, the speed of its executions. Not executions, but delivery of the results, while saving about 4 times the amount of tokens. I was shocked when I put it all together. So I'm really excited about that. We'll talk a little bit more about that, all the things that you can do with it. But right now, let's go ahead and get everything set up. We'll say hi to everybody in the chat. I was held up slightly on my end. I apologize. If you haven't downloaded the Trade Companion, it's completely free. You can find that down in the description of this video. The adoption of it has been phenomenal. I've been very grateful for the amount of people that have jumped on board with it. Just yesterday alone, we had over 4,500 minutes spent on it. People using it, testing it. Good morning, Trey. Cucumber, Wawa, good morning. Gardening, relaxation. Alex, Jay, Brandon. It does not work on Mac, I'm sorry. Eric, Ron, good morning. Gina, good morning. Kevin, what's up? Good morning. Jeff, what's up? Good morning. Soli, Zach, John. John, I love the verses in the morning. Proverbs 17, the righteous live a life of integrity. Life are their children after them. Amen. Jason, what's up? Gene, good morning. Nice win. What's up? Jordy, good morning. World Changing, good morning. I use Apex, I use Take Profit Trader, I use Tradeify, I use Lucid. My favorite is Take Profit Trader by far. They're having the biggest sale they've ever had. 50% off their evaluation accounts. That makes their 50K accounts only $80. And they have the most generous funded account rules by far. So if you are a payout person, then that's what you would want to go. Jeff, or not Jeff, Kevin, good morning. Yeah, so Kevin, it does not work without Claude. The idea was to connect Claude to TradingView. And this third-party app makes those connections very easily. There is no native, oh yeah, I'm just going to plug Claude right into TradingView. You can't do that. There is no feature like that. So I had to build one. I had to make one. And most of the tools, third-party tools, require you to use an API, which APIs aren't used as part of your own subscription. So we were able to sneak it in through using your own subscription, which means it's free if you pay for a Claude subscription. You have to have a Claude subscription. So free for the app, not free to use Claude. Does that make sense? I think people have been confused about that little feature, that little detail. No. That's just, I haven't finally turned over, no, sorry. Sorry. I was doing I did a test. So on the right-hand screen, you'll see on the top it says Trader Kane. I used Claude, or I used the Trade Companion. I gave it one prompt. Here, I'm gonna put this on. I'll put it on the screen here. Let me show you. We're not taking a trade for a little bit here. We got 15 minutes. All right, so let me get that here. All right, so here's the trade companion right here. And here's the thing. Yesterday, when I was testing everything for speeding up things and slowing things down, I put in one prompt. I said, I want you to research the web for Trader Kane. He has an ICT strategy. He's publicized it online. I want you to find the rules, the requirements, and put together a strategy on TradingView and then backtest it over 6 months to see what its win rate would be. Boom, it starts looking, it finds it, creates the Pine script, tells me what the rules are, right? All right there. Tells me the rules. Then it goes and proceeds to backtest it for 6 months. It gives me the results. This win rate is a 42% win rate, 45 wins, 62 losses. Now, in any strategy, you're going to want to tweak, refine, research, dig in, find where the weaknesses are, and refine it. I did none of this, okay? I literally said, put it in, give me the results, okay? Then from there, I said, I want to run a full stress test on this. Mind you, I have a timer running in front of me to track how long this is all taking, okay? It runs the stress test on the 15-minute, the 5-minute, the 3-minute. It does it on ES, it does it on NQ, and then it gives and pulls up the report. Boom. Just like that, it's ran a test on all these different things to find out if this is a robust strategy or a weak strategy. So without me researching or refining any rules, any ideas, not even making sure if it's 100% exactly like Trader Kane's, it's given me a 40% win rate. It runs profitable 60% of the time, and it grades it between an A, B, C, D, and an F. It gives it a C rating. And this is something that you could actually take and start refining and improving and building upon. And this all happened in less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. It took less than 10 minutes to come up with the idea, have it go find it online, to finding out if it's something I want to spend more time on. How many times do you go online? Do you find somebody talking about a strategy and they go, it's a 92% win rate. You can't fail. And you're like, oh, this is great. Give me the exact entries. And you never backtest it because it's so much work. Now you literally can say, hey, there's a guy on this video talking about this. Go find it. Find the strategy. Backtest it for me in less than 10 minutes and be like, this guy's full of crap, or hey, this guy might be onto something. Let's dig into it further. Let's refine it. Let's create a tool belt of strategies for the market. You can now do this in mere minutes, and this is completely free to you. Completely free. I'm pumped on what this is doing and the value that this is going to help with the community. So there's my spiel on something that's free. Can you please have TPT open to African traders? I wish I had control over that. I don't. Thank you, Jeff, for responding for me. Yes, it should work. You're going to be limited to whatever the $20 will do for you. But with the update I just did, I had somebody that was saying the $20 gets me about 30 to 45 minutes worth of back testing. Now it should get you about 2 hours per session. 2 hours of back testing, depending on what you do. I've drastically reduced the token usage. If you don't know what that means, it's how it tracks how much computing power you're asking Claude to do, and it only gives you a certain amount before it's saying, hey, I'm cutting you off right here. So the $20 a month one will give you a certain amount, while the max, which is what I use, gives you significantly more. I'm not a fan of Top Step. I can't say much about them. I've never worked with them. I just didn't like how they sent everybody to a funded account right away. You get like one payout and they're like, we're promoting you to a funded account. So you should be really happy. You can't trade 5 accounts anymore. You can only trade 1, and we're so proud of you. And by the way, all the money that's in your funded account right now, I know you want to withdraw it, but we're going to keep that in there, and it's going to be locked while you trade this live account. So they withhold your profits from your simulated funded account, move you to a live account that you can only trade 1 and you can't trade 5. Just annoying. That's why I never liked them. I'm like, this is fishy. You're doing this is just fishy. All right, the market is open. Let's go ahead, open in prayer, and then we'll take a look and see what we got. I'm kind of just in the chill mode at the moment. We'll see what the market's doing and figure out what we need to do. So let's go ahead and open in prayer. Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for your leadership, Lord. I just pray that as we watch the markets, Father, we would be diligent. We'd be disciplined. We would follow our plan, follow our rules, Lord. We thank you that you have empowered us to walk by the fruits of the Spirit. Father, that we aren't impulsive, we aren't anxious, we are patient, we are loving and kind. Lord, I pray that would be demonstrated today. In Jesus' name, and everybody said, amen. All right, so let's take a look at the market here. We are on, let's jump up to the weekly since I'm already on that on ES. I don't even know what this candles, we need to go to NQU 2026. Is that the contract we're on right now? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we have ran the previous week high and previous week low. We're inside the weekly fair value gap. We're going to drop that down here to here. Right, so it's done its work to the downside, in my opinion, if its intention is to go higher. If the intention is higher prices, it did its downside work this morning. And did we sweep that low or make equal lows? We tick swept it. So we barely went below it, and we are in a retracement right now with a fair value gap that's sitting right above us on the daily. Okay, so that is what we have to work with. Previous day high. This would have to be a double break day. When's the last time we've had a double break day? It's been a minute. Not even here. Here's a double break day. July 27th was our last double break day. Could this be a double break day? I think it has the formula for it. We swept a low, weekly time frame, day or a weekly fair value gap, daily fair value gap. Bullish market overall. We were on a bullish trend, just a retracement here. We have low resistance liquidity that it could aim for. Overall, I think long term I'm bearish, but I think we might have an opportunity to reach all-time highs again. ES has already hit all-time highs. So I think from a higher time frame perspective, unless we just want to dip more because we created these equal lows right here, I think I want to see price move this direction. It doesn't have to hit this previous day high, but I want to use that as a potential draw for any trades that I take. Dropping to the 4 hour, we have this 4 hour fair value gap that's untagged. Everything else in the 4 hour is mitigated except for this small one right here, which we'll probably see the hourly overlap with, is my guess. We have relatively equal highs right here, and a large wick so far on the 4 hour with just 19 minutes left. We've used and stretched into there. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's go up to the hourly. So the hourly has given us a wick and a large fair value gap. This is where these can be explosive. If it does in this next 20 minutes close up in this direction, it could be pretty big, or in the 10 o'clock hour close up here. So we have this 4 hour fair value gap that we marked earlier and these relatively highs. This is, I think, the low hanging fruit that I'm interested in is that right there. Do we want to go for the equal highs that are sitting right there? This 930 level is from the other day, right here, and this is a 930 opening price level, and it was just sitting there, nothing tagged it. We finally tagged him. The other thing is, if we want to see lower prices, we have an order block here to roll over, and we have hit it. Do you see that? The wick on this candle hit the wick on that candle, so we've hit. If we want to roll over, we could do that too. So I don't want to rule that out. I have draws on liquidity up here. As far as draw on liquidity, I guess the liquidity is these equal lows that we just recently created, right? Let's drop down to the 15 minute. What do we got? We got a breaker here. High, low, higher, high. We broke lower, came up into this fair value gap, hit the breaker or came just shy of it, and aggressively moved. That was the winning trade of the day. That would have been phenomenal. 7 a.m. it started collapsing. So we have our hourly high, which is sitting right here. That hourly high looks attractive. Ted has tested this. I don't know if Ted's on here, but he has some legitimacy. This 7 a.m. hourly high tends to be ran in most mornings. Okay, so 15 minute here, here, and here. We have one more sitting here. We got London high and equal lows down here that I like. Where's my indicator on here? Do I have, it's not on here. All right, so we got our previous, the equal highs are with the London high. Looks good. I like that. If we want to have some strength here. $9:30 open on the 5 minute. We are closing here in 6 seconds on the 15-minute candle. Let's see what kind of candle we got. We got a large candle right here. We have a fair value gap down here that we've already tagged on the 15-minute. Yesterday was a phenomenal trading day. Collectively, overall, my funded accounts, I made $7,000. It was a great trading day. I got off stream, closed my accounts, and then we dropped down into the 15-minute fair value gap that I felt like we were going to hit before we hit the high 15-minute fair value gap. And then I opened up my take profit trader accounts and took a trade on that and made $3,000. It was wonderful. So immediately on the opening of that 15-minute candle, we drop, giving, in my opinion, what's going to be a wick. Let's check it out. Do we drop into a 5-minute? Not yet. All right, here's where I think I want to pay attention to is this 5-minute fair value gap. When we go to a lower time frame, I think we're going to see a breaker. I'm not 100%, but let's see if we can see it. All right, so here's a breaker here. Here's a breaker here. I like this area here. I don't like this though. I'm not liking that. We're gonna wait. It's not super clean. There's a breaker tap right here, bearish breaker from that low right there with an aggressive move. I think it's too early to take a long. I'm not going to take the long right now. These equal lows are very suspect for me. Wondering if it wants to make a lower low before we start moving higher. We did a nice retracement to the 15-minute and order blocks that are here. Hit those levels and then rejected there. So if anything, we can look for a failure swing down here at this breaker. Let's go to the 5-minute. You can see it a little bit better right here. Inside here. That's probably where I'd wait. I think anything early, I'm not gonna take anything that early or that high. Sure, it could go. If it finds support here and starts moving, I'll take the inversion on the 1-minute. Do you guys see that? There's a 1-minute inversion that would run these highs right here. It wouldn't be the biggest trade in the world, but we could capitalize on that, and you could run it up to that 15-minute fair value gap. So we'll see if it wants to give it to us. The tag off the sensitivity off a 930 open, that's attractive. What's up, Grace? How you doing? For new traders, which one is better? Apex, Take Profit Trader, or Tradeify? There's two bests for new traders, okay? Apex if you want the cheapest option. The downside to Apex is you have 30 days to pass it, and then they close the account. Tradeify, more expensive. It's about double the price as Apex, but you can have it as long as you want, and you don't pay any extra costs. So if you want to get one and you want to just practice your trading and you want to hold it for a while and you want to trade a micro or the new nanos that are going to be coming out, I would go with Tradeify. All depends on your goals. There's no one best for everyone. Jeremiah, good morning. Looking forward to having you, Gene. Or Jeannie. Not right now. Surgical, no. I mean, hands down, like when it comes to the analytical side of things, Claude is just extremely superior in many ways. I know that's personal opinion, but I've used so many different AI tools, and Claude has a lot of its models are significantly better. Fable, I haven't. Fable's is awesome. Now, can it do everything? No. For example, it sucks at creating images or cool or great visuals. I go to ChatGPT for that, right? Different ones have different things that they're good at. For this purpose, that is what Claude is very good at. All right, so the 5-minute closed here with a nice wick. It didn't quite get down there to where I wanted. It did close below that 5-minute. We have 4 minutes left. It looks like as if we'll see if it wants to close, where it's going to close. If it starts getting aggressive this direction, we can use that. This is a nice drop. I like that. I mean, plan on it being like a week and a half, Winford. Just a week and a half, especially for a first payout. Tyler, can you have the chart time frame on the screen as usually? I'm sorry. There must have been something that happened with the updates. All right, it looks like we're closing green on the hourly. Green doji candle. And then for a 4 hour, we closed below all of this. See if it wants to reach, give us a wick, or come down 50% down to the breaker. See how the breaker on the lower time frame is sitting right at the 50% level? I like that. We did close above this green candle, so not a change in state of delivery. We could see higher prices from here. We could still see a wick lower, so still have some flexibility on what it's doing here. Not very clean on the 5-minute either. I like the wick into the 15-minute, the 5-minute. Did we reach down in there? Yes, we reached into the slower 5-minute. We've ran up 50% of this range right there. So if it wants to go lower from a higher time frame perspective, we did the job of retracements. So don't be so sure is what I'm coming across as right now. Don't be so convinced on one direction. We're in a transition period. Do we want to continue lower? Do we want to reverse and start running for this liquidity up here? This low here, we're going to call those equal lows. We're struggling with getting up above here. And we've been making lower lows, so yeah, it's moving lower. Failure swing here, failure swing here. We just ran this low here. But we still have a bullish breaker that's sitting here inside a 15-minute fair value gap. Nothing abundantly clear at the moment. I mean, I feel like I have the general direction. I think it wants to go lower.
Paul wrote this letter to Rome, but he wrote it for us too. We all carry that weight. We all miss the mark.
What's up, PJ? And just join, hang out for a bit, learn, start understanding the concepts, ask questions. I wouldn't be putting any money on the market. Maybe open a TradingView account and demo, follow along in demo mode. What makes you look for longs instead of shorts? A change in state of delivery, support, an unwillingness to go lower, sweeps of liquidity, and then consolidation with expansion and displacement in the other direction. But right now we're getting neither of it. We're just getting this consolidation. So my hint is we want to move lower. Why? We have some sweeps of liquidity. We've hit some, this is a breaker right here. Do you guys see that breaker? Nice little breaker there. Price has been staying below that. But sometimes you don't take every breaker. It's just it's a PD array that tells us kind of if it's respecting order flow. And right now it's respecting order flow to the downside. We're respecting order flow to the downside. We have some discount arrays. There's a breaker down here. We have a 5-minute down here it could reach for, and a sweep of liquidity. What my interest is what happens when we hit 1, 2, or all 3 of these. Do we just continue lower, or do we find support and then move back in the other direction? It's exactly what happened yesterday for a period of time before it sold off again. I can show you. We had this big sell-off here, and everybody's like, it's going short. We hit a level. There was a London low over here. We made one lower low, and I went long on a 4-minute fair value gap, 4-minute inversion. We'll jump to that. There's the 4-minute inversion right here, and I said I want to go long. I know I said it's a gut feeling. I don't know why. It's an intuition. I don't know. I said in this 4-minute inversion, I said I really like it. I took a long here, and we held it for about 170 points. To about there. I then sold that, got in a new long here, and sold it here. So I'm looking for something that tells me it wants to go. And I'm just not seeing it quite yet. These wicks are intriguing. The wicks are intriguing, but when you look at the wicks and then all the bodies around it, and then you see that it's moving lower, it's not as attractive for a long at the moment. You know, one thing I do, sometimes I remind myself that, you know, if I think, right, if we find resistance here and we find or a support here and a consolidation here, I remind myself that from an hourly perspective, these turns, sometimes they can be very quick, but we haven't seen this, right? But sometimes it can take a minute for it to roll over. Here, look at this. We were at the top. This is an hourly time frame. We were at the top for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before we saw the displacement. Then we had to wait another 1, 2, 3 hours before it came back up to the key level, and then we got the big move. Now that big move lasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, so you're not taking all of that. But to get to the move that we want, sometimes we have to wait a couple hours or walk away and come back when the market is more conducive for the play that we want. That's kind of what we're looking for. When are we seeing the levels that we want? And unfortunately, these equal lows are not helpful. Did we sweep that high? Or did we make equal highs? Made equal highs there. The first presented fair value gap has another unmitigated fair value gap here. We could see it hit this and see what happens from there. These higher lows make a quick short to this 5 minute and these equal lows more attractive. So if we get an animated sweep right here and we come back into the range, I'm honestly going to be looking for a short down to this breaker, 5 minute or equal lows. But I need the manipulation above these equal highs right here. If it drops right now, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for the animation and then an unwillingness to move higher, leave me a large wick, and come back into the range. That there would tell me we have a good opportunity to reach here. But I haven't seen that. So I think what I'm waiting for is that presentation of a candle. Now, if that presentation of a candle moves higher and then closes higher like this, and in fact closing out this fair value gap sitting at 945, well, that changes my perspective a little bit. Now I need more information. I wanted to go short from here, but now it's not giving me that. What is my opportunity? Maybe it's reaching the 15 minute and then going short. Maybe it's deciding to go long. Well, this 1 minute at 945 can be an inversion we could play off of to run these relatively equal swing highs. And then potentially reach up to this 15 minute. So I have my two ideas. I think I have the two ideas that I want. Okay, idea number one. We wick up into here. We don't close above this 1 minute. But in fact, we reach into here. And then we see a willingness to move away from it. That willingness to move away from it, I'm going to look for an entry. Not get in, look for an entry. If we close above this fair value gap, that would be my entry for a long to these swing highs and potentially this 15 minute that's unmitigated. Those are my points of interest. We even have, where was London high? London high is way higher. And if we have any extra runners, maybe we could see if it really wants to go there. I don't know yet. I really think we're going to hit here and then run lower. So I would want to really take my profits at the 15 minute fair value gap. What's up, MS? What's up? What's up? Now, if we don't get any of those and we just drop, I'm not trading anything there. I don't have an entry. There was no manipulation. It was just this consolidation. And if you've taken the 30-day roadmap, we talk about this consolidation. What do we look for when we're inside this consolidation? We look for candles peeking through it, wicks pushing outside of the consolidation and then coming back in, giving us a clue that we could be going to the other side of that consolidation and continuing through. So right now we're just inside this consolidation area, and our best option is to not click the button. Yeah, that's a lot of consolidation right there. Basically all consolidation. But here, take a look. All right, so I would not consider this spike part of the consolidation. The consolidation happened from this low to this high. And guess what it happens to be? Asia low, Asia high. So what does it do all in here? It does its thing. It stays inside the range. Look what it does right before the move here. Look at it. Look at it. Now, it's not as prominent as I would want it. Right there. We sweep it here. We sweep it again. And then we get my clue. Displacement. We be patient. We don't chase. Guess what it comes back up to? Guys, I mean, this is to the tick. This is a breaker to the tick. The breaker low is the candle formation that ran the high right here. So this candle right here, I'm trying to make it really big here. Right there. That level right there is the candles that swept the high. Do you see that? Swept the high there. That's where my breaker would be. We get the displacement that says, okay, we might see lower prices. We left the consolidation range just briefly. It would be somewhat deceptive here, but you don't get perfect price action every time. But look what this low is met with. The breaker that I just marked. Is that to the tick? That is to the stinking tick. That ES or that the Asia session ran into that low, which made the high, and then guess what it did? It dropped aggressively from there. That would have been your Asia move. Do you guys see that? I mean, it's as clear as day. But what did you have to do? You had to be patient. You had to wait for it to leave the consolidation to give us a clue that it was going to go somewhere. Do we have any clues right here? In this consolidation area right here. Any clues? No, we don't. So we sit and we wait for clues that tell us where it wants to go. That was the lowest down close candle. Oh, it was the up close candle. That's, yeah, he does it off of, ICT will do it off of the down close candle. So what I would do, since it's messy right there, I'd go up one time frame. And then it gets even messier. So maybe we go down to the 30-second if you want to look at something a little bit cleaner. So in this case, it would not have hit the down close candle. But here's the other thing that I do is I look for the fair value gap that overlaps with it. Boom, right there. And you could have gone short any time inside of this fair value gap. If you didn't want to try to stress on exact executions, anytime inside this fair value gap, that's when you would have gotten in. Your total potential drawdown, if you got in on the first entry of it, it would have been 8 points. I mean, 8 points. That's tiny. I have 50-point stop losses sometimes. All right, we swept this low. And do you see the displacement here? We have a 1-minute inversion. We're probably going to run these highs right here. I will take a long here. It's a little late. But at least I think we're going to run into here and into this fair value gap. We're going to try it. So the entry would have been based on this fair value gap right here. And if you want to wait for it to come back down into it to get better risk management, you can do that. See if it wants to go up from there. Now, this isn't an A+ setup, okay? So I'm just being clear. I'm trying to illustrate how you can take, excuse me, when price peaks out of consolidation, you can look for price to see if it wants to reach the other side of the range. So that's what this is illustrating, nothing else. Sorry, I was on the 30-second. I didn't realize that. There's the 1 minute fair value gap. Alright, so there is TP1. I'm going to wait for this fair value gap sitting right there. I'm going to set another TP right in here. Because we haven't hit that fair value gap yet. We just swept just a little bit right outside the range as well. I wanted to fill this fair value gap here. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is set stops at break even to protect the small profit that I made.
You have heard me still. You fill me with gladness. You make me dwell in will.
Now, I took one TP. I took 3 contracts on this. If I get stopped up, break even at the rest of them, that's fine. I'm learning to hold for the bigger move. That means I need to be willing to let it go to break even. Okay? The biggest issue, the biggest difference between unprofitable and profitable traders is that profitable traders will hold their winners longer. That means they also get stopped out more. But when they have a winner, they let that sucker run. That's what we're doing right now. I'm going to take another profit inside this fair value gap because to me that's a logical place to take it in case it doesn't want to run these relatively equal highs that are sitting right here or this 15-minute that's sitting up here. So if I get stopped out, that's fine. We can also use this sweep as a reason for us to look for a short in the other direction. I don't like that we didn't hit this, so I feel like we're still going to stay inside of consolidation. I really wanted it to hit here. All right, so here's the stop out most likely. And if we don't get stopped out, this is why we don't meddle in the middle. We just wait. Trader Raid, the channel is Christian EDM Central. Christian EDM Central. All right, there's a stop out at break even for the remainders of the contracts. So, nice small little win. Okay, nothing massive. I think it was like 70 points or $70. I'll retake this trade. I'll retake this trade long if we close through this fair value gap. Why? We had support inside of this fair value gap. Unwillingness to move lower. We already swept this low and showed willingness to move higher. Let's look at the 5 minute, see if that's any prettier. We have a 5 minute change in state of delivery. See that candle? So there's reason that we could, if we start seeing aggressive price action, that I would take along. But if we're just going to be in here, guess what? We haven't had a single 5 minute fair value gap since the opening bell. That means we wait. What's up, Discipline Futures Trader? Glad you're here. It doesn't look like we're getting that bounce back on the 5 minute. 20 seconds left. Maybe we get it here. Man, I'm really bummed that it did not hit that fair value gap. I was up $1,000 on all those accounts. That'd have been nice. Yeah. Choppiness is a part of the market. What makes a great trader is being able to recognize it and change the way you trade as a result of it, or stay out completely. It's doing a whole lot of nothing. I agree. I mean, I know what I'm looking for. So it's slightly changed now, right? I still want this fair value gap to go short. I still don't. This can be enough. This can be enough for it to move all the way. I don't like this being here. So I'm still waiting for this to tag, and I have conviction in this that I'm willing to consider a small position for an inversion to this. It's not an A+ because we don't have any major sweep of liquidity. We don't really have any sweep of liquidity except for this candle right here, which is a 5 minute, right? So, and we don't even have that. It's not even 5-minute sweep of liquidity. So it's a sub 5-minute sweep of liquidity that is not very helpful. So this is not an A+ inversion to the upside. In fact, it's, I would say, relatively poor. But we have a 5-minute change in state of delivery here, an unwillingness to move lower here, and a obvious target, in my opinion, here with a potential reach goal of up here that I like it. We do have the 5-minute breaker and equal lows down here as well. So there's options on both sides, and we just have to say, based on the displacements of the candles, which one does it look like it was going towards? This candle here was obvious to me, so I went long. We took TP at our first swing high, but I really thought we were going to hit that. I bet you this is 50%. Oh, not quite. It went down to optimal trade entry right here. Previous day low is showing resistance multiple times. If we break above it, I think that's when we probably reach for here. There's an inversion right here. We've swept the high there. This would be a valid entry. But like I said, I'm not as convinced because we didn't hit here. And it's in consolidation, and I think I just want to wait. I'll be right back. All right, we do have an inversion there after that sweep of liquidity. I'm going to take a single contract. I'm going to take a long here. Target is this fair value gap. Technically, we have a sweep of liquidity here. I don't like that. Justice. Justice has been served, people. I'm going to close one contract there. Stops at break even. I'm going to allow for the opportunity to run. Okay? Allowing for the opportunity to run. If it wants to roll over from this point, that's fine. Why? Because that means I have an opportunity for a short. But if it doesn't want to give me the short, I want to be able to take this long and participate in that. Because I think that if it's not going to roll over here, it's going to at least go up, in my opinion, to 29,500. It'd be something like that. So I'm going to let that contract run till there. And that'd be a 125 point trade. But if we get stopped out at break even, that's fine. Now, at this point, let's look at the 5 minute, see what the structure looks like. Yeah, see how we made a higher high on the 5 minute? 5 minute closed higher. That's good. What about the 15 minute? We got 4 minutes left on the 5 minute. So that's where the big question mark is in the air. Do we want to close up here? Because that's where it needs to close if we're really going to see that push higher. At this point here or higher in the next 5 minutes. But either way, stops at break even. This is a free trade. We're just going to let it play out. Sorry, you're gonna hear some clipping. Gotta cut my fingernails. Ew, Tyler. How could you cut your fingernails on stream? Because I want to let this trade play out, and I don't want to meddle with it. Tyler, are you going to use nanos when they come out? No. Because I already have my process and system that I'm profitable with micros. So why change something up? It's great for those learning to trade that don't want to blow an account and you want to sit on that account for a while you're learning. To me, that's phenomenal. But at some point, you're going to have to graduate from nanos to micros to be more profitable. Or you just take more nanos. I mean, you got to understand that they do nanos to benefit you, but they make money on commissions, guys. People make money on commissions. These brokers make money on your commissions. All right, 15-minute did close higher. I like the way it looks. We'll see if it follows through. I missed a fingernail. How is that even possible? All right, so see this 5-minute fair value gap? First one here. Where is that low? This could be a breakaway gap. We may not visit this for right now. It's inside of this consolidation, and many times the fair value gap inside a consolidation will be left untagged. That's how I want it to stay. However, if it does tag it, we need to allow it. So that fair value gap ends at 386. My stop is at 375. So it would be permitted. It could reach lower and still tag me out and go higher. So that's the thing you got to be careful about. There's the tag. Let's see what happens here. The thing I'm trying to get better at, and I'm being very intentional, is that you need to let your winners run and not close them early. That means if they get stopped out, they get stopped out. But that next level is letting the runners run. So it looks like we're going to get stopped out here. All right, stopped out. Now what can we look at? We can look at, does this 5-minute hold or does it get inversed? If it gets inversed, then we're looking at this 15-minute closing beneath this 15-minute candle at 11 o'clock. If that happens, we have a breaker with an inversion right here. So price comes here, comes up to here. That's our entry to go short. If this 5-minute holds, then we wait for the next 5-minute candle. All right, so it closed through it. Next thing we're looking for is the 15-minute, which is going to close in 10 minutes to be down here. If we're going to look for that short. If you want an early entry, here's your breaker. Wick up into here. That could be, and it could be an aggressive candle, and then it melts. I think I'm going to close my TPT accounts. Yeah, I'm going to close those. That's fine. I'm happy with that. $145 is what I'm walking away with across 5 accounts. And we're just going to rotate and head over to Apex. We'll preserve our profits. What do I want to do? Do I want to go all or break them in half? Since we're in consolidation and it's not abundantly clear, let's go half. Let's just trade 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's the 16 through 20. I'm glad I looked. favorite indicator is my pre-market indicator. I built it. And then second would be the higher time frame indicators, which is right here. So this one right here. I think it's probably gonna look not pretty. You'll see higher time frame candles show up right here. So it gives you a look at what's going on in the higher time frame. So here's the 4 hour. You can see that we've closed lower and we've retraced, leaving a fair value gap there. So I like using those at times, but I just get in the habit of, instead of doing that, I just switch back and forth. I like switching back and forth. It just marks my levels. See the tag of the breaker? There's the tag of the breaker. The only reason why I'm not getting in is because this is previous day low and we're finding support here, and it could roll over. So what you do is you look at this as a confluence, and then you look at your inversion as your entry. Except the problem with this entry is that we have another fair value gap that has failed, that has not been closed through yet. So while you'd want to get in short here, you can't. Why? Because there's a further left fair value gap that hasn't closed through. Do you see the aggression there? Perfect. This is perfect aggression. All off of that breaker. There's another breaker here. I don't like how it didn't reach up into here yet. That's why I'm waiting, just in case. And I would get in here for a short, but I would not short. If we don't reach that, I'm not getting in until we're down here. I prefer to get in here. Less risk, more risk, but probably gonna run if it gets through that level. Honestly, this is a nice level. It really is. Both, Josh. It just depends on what looks good to me. I use both, honestly. I did the body on this one because I like this fair value gap that's sitting up here and I wanted it to reach higher. I mean, because it's a combination of fair value gaps on the left of the breaker, fair value gaps on the right on the breaker, how many candles it makes for the breaker bar, how many candles it's moving higher. There's multiple factors that when I've just seen so many of them, I just pick the one that I like. If that keeps you disciplined, that's great. What advice can I give to someone new in trading? Do not think, oh, I got $1,000, I got $5,000, I'm going to invest that in the market and I'm going to learn off of that $5,000. Don't do that. Take that $5,000, take whatever money you're willing to invest and invest in a mentor. Invest in a course that you can learn from. Cut your learning time down and cut the mistakes down by not creating any bad habits by trading and trying to figure it out on your own, because inevitably and utmost guaranteedly you will create bad habits by doing that. So find somebody you trust, follow their content, join their community, learn from their way. Don't think your way is better, or hey, I saw this on YouTube, they do it better. Trust your mentor, follow his models, follow the way he teaches, and submit yourself to the process for a minimum of 24 months. If you think you're going to be profitable in 4 months, you're sorely mistaken. That's an anomaly, not a guarantee. Cucumber trading, you can do whatever you want. I'm a guy on YouTube. I'm not going to tell you where to take trades. See the unwillingness, see these wicks right here, and see how we tagged 930? See how we didn't close below this fair value gap? See how this fair value gap was left? This is supporting higher prices. These are supporting higher prices, and this candle is the clue that it could be going in that direction. Still, we're watching what happens right here. So we're in between. It could go higher, it could go lower, right? The 15-minute gave us a wick and a closed body that this candle could push higher. It also could drop. Still somewhat of a tight consolidation. It's not abundantly clear. The hourly is closed. It gave us another green candle, so that's supportive of a move higher. But we're still in an hourly fair value gap that's here. So it could wick that high and whoosh, and drop if it wanted to. So we just have to be careful. I don't know if I'm interested in this inversion because I really this is somewhat deceptive. It's decided. See that? It's decided. Unless this candle's completely lost. Unless we lose all of that body. There's the inversion to the upside. I'm still willing to take that. I'm gonna, why can't I take this? What's going on? Can I not? Oh, that's why. I gotta go 6. I'm gonna take a long right here. Did it run that high yet? No, we came short. I don't like that either. We didn't technically close above it. I have one contract that I'm holding. If we get a close up here, I might add a second if we don't run the high. Oh my gosh, why is it not doing that? I'm in one. This is not good. It took 6 contracts. I'm gonna have to close this, unfortunately. If it did not copy trade. It put all of those 6 contracts into one trade. Dang it, that sucks. Well, we're gonna let this work itself out. I'm gonna follow this 1 minute fair value gap. I'm not just gonna quickly close it just because this fair value gap is what I'm watching. I'm disappointed that this went on multiple contracts, or it did not do it on multiple accounts. So all this loss is being on one, and I'm waiting for this close. Dang it. All right, there's the close there. I'm gonna give it a retracement. All right, closing there. That sucks. That's really disappointing. I didn't not go into there. That's what I meant to do. That's disappointing. Look at the low resistance liquidity right here. I'm irritated that I didn't have the correct account selected. It still would have been approximately the same amount of loss, but it would have been spread across 6 accounts instead of 1. Can somebody become profitable sooner? It's on a case-by-case basis, Kevin. I'm not going to... Yeah, it's certainly possible. But the problem is that most people think it's them, and then they get sorely disappointed. So the expectation you should have is it's going to take me 2 to 4 years. And if it happens sooner, surprise! But set your expectations to be long. So you're not disappointed. You're not stressing yourself out. You're not putting unnecessary stress and expectation on yourself to actually do something when it really does take a lot of time to learn this craft. It takes time, man. It takes time. Give yourself permission. I'm going to re-enter on this short here. What the heck is going on? Why is it not letting me do this? That's just irritating. Let's go to, let's go here. Let's try that. I think that's 5. Do we got it? Current group 2. This is irritating. Manage group 2. Okay, we closed below that inversion. We swept into here. Re-delivered to this breaker. I'm gonna go short. This will be my last trade. Five-minute change in state of delivery right here to the downside. Low resistance liquidity. We have a untagged 5-minute right here. That's the initial target. Is 29,283, 279, somewhere around there. Let's see if it wants to go. It's allowable for it to come back up into this fair value gap right here, this inversion. I'm now removing this idea, and we'll keep this one on here just to make sure we get that. But it's allowable for it to come up and revisit here. I don't want it to. I want it to melt because everybody thinks it's going long, and I want it to just run all of this low resistance liquidity right here. Down to the 5-minute. No, I don't use an indicator for market structure. All right, there's the tag of this inversion that's allowable. I'm anticipating, or would anticipate, a sweep of that. Maybe some animation here, but I want it to stay inside here, then roll over. If it does give me a change in state of delivery, if it closes below these two up close candles, I personally am probably going to add a contract. New 15-minute candle. What do we got? Bodies stayed here. It did not close below this green candle here. So still could move higher if it wanted. The 5-minute gave us a change of state of delivery, but the 15-minute did not. 30-minute inside the 30-minute fair value gap. The hourly inside the hourly fair value gap. This could easily be a rollover for an expansion lower, so I see that as a potential being on the right side of the trade. We rebalanced on the 4 hour, so there is no fair value gap up here on the hourly, so there's no reason for it to reach. All the way up here. I think that's a little unrealistic at the moment, but I could be wrong. So that's I'm looking for just this nice little 5-minute tag. What do you need?
Make a joyful shout. All the earth. Serve the Lord.
50 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. I don't want to see it close green up here. I really don't. I want it to close red below this green candle here. I honestly don't know. Damn it. But it has a little bit of a rhythm to it, doesn't it? Here we go. I want it to close black. That's what I want. Beautiful. 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 Here we go. This is what I was waiting for. Is that closed to confirm? We could still reach up to this 5-minute that's sitting inside here. But again, if we are on the right side, this should stay untouched. No, I haven't automated anything.
I will sing of mercy and justice. To you, O Lord, I will sing praises. I will behave wisely in a perfect way. Oh, when will you come to me?
Yeah, it's on the main channel. Last video I released.
With a perfect heart, I will set nothing wicked before my eyes. I hate the work of those who fall away. It shall not cling to me. A perverse heart shall depart from me.
First TP's at 40 points.
Wickedness. A perverse heart shall depart from me. I will not know evil. Whoever secretly slanders his neighbor, him I will destroy. He who works deceit shall not dwell within my house. He who tells lies shall not continue in my presence. Early, I will destroy all the wicked of the land. A perverse heart shall depart from me. I will not know.
I'm gonna take 2 contracts off if we can't run this low right now. It needs to push through this low for first TP. I'm not gonna let it run against me. All right, there's one. I'm gonna take a second one off here. I have 2 contracts left. We'll let them stay at break even. I said I was gonna add to my position. I did. I want it to reach down to the 5-minute here, or it'll stop me out. So next TP is gonna be at 283.
Oh Lord, let my cry come to you.
And then if we can really go, equal lows.
From me in the day of my trouble. Incline your ear to me in the day that I call, answer me speedily.
We did hit a bullish breaker. Remember this breaker I have here? I anchored it to the body. Looks like it's gonna run against us. Nine 9:30 open from last Tuesday, I think, tagged. I don't even know why I have it on there. All right, come on, survive, survive, survive. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. All right, stopped out with my remainder contracts. That is enough for me today. What does that put me at? $167 across 5 accounts. So $150 across 10, roughly, is what I'm up. So $1,500 for today. It's still probably going to run lower here. I don't know if I want to chase it. The conditions aren't great. I'm happy that we made what we made here. I had one fluke trade that, other than that, we were basically 3 for 4 today, up 1,500. I'm not even throwing in the mistake that I made. If you throw up the mistake I made, I'm up about $1,000. All right, we're gonna be done for today. Tomorrow we're doing a giveaway. We're giving away some Apex accounts, so come back tomorrow for that if you want to be here. I need to find out if I'm even allowed to have this music on here. I got in trouble last time this played. All right. There it is, guys. We're going to call it a day there. Nice, good reading of price action. I thought we did a great job waiting, being patient, choosing what setups we wanted to take. So we're going to call it there. We'll be back here tomorrow. We will look for some opportunities. We'll do a giveaway. You guys, God bless. Stay safe. Check out the Trade Companion. It's completely free. I'm serious. There's no I don't make anything off of it. There's going to be some banners that tell you when there's some, promotions from like Apex or Take Profit Trader, but that's it, right? You don't have to use them. I would be grateful if you do use the prop firm and the code DTJ. That's kind of my thought process. I want to give to the community, and out of the goodwill in my heart to give to the community will give back by just using the code DTJ. So with that, guys, God bless, stay safe, and we will see you all here tomorrow. Bye-bye.